We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. They'll run on first down. It's Cochran, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
From the 30 on second down, Murray. Flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. On first down, Cochran, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On second down now, it's Cochran. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Cliff Kingsbury's saying, hey, let's take another look at that. He's going to throw down the challenge flag. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Locke going to try and throw on third down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Giant, go! Hey, hold on. Who you got?
Snap comes to Murray at 1. Flushed out right.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions. In the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his tight end Fant. Touchdown Broncos. Noah Fant, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive. Locke. This is the tight end Fant.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Clock now to throw.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
K.J. Hamler
with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun now for Murray. Big hold to the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On third down, Cochran, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Buying time to his left.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the turnover, here's Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it's a second down. Now Locke. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So third and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. So as they take it over, we step aside. To throw it is Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Single receiver. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Switch, switch. Switch. Check 26, check 26. Check. Check 4, check 4.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Cochran. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 17, Murray. He finds his man complete. That's Cochran. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try the left side. Cochran. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second down, it's Cochran. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Come on. Big ass open. Under 10, 10. Hey, alert 3.
Murray now, third and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Locke going to throw. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Mike 42. You better be afraid of me. You deuce. Big ace. Check. Omaha.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. They still can't get him. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Lock.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Locke. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Lock now on 1st down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10.
They fake the handoff, now Locke.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Lock to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Murray going to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Here's Murray. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And now here's another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 1st down, Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. A second shoot. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline.
Step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Throwing now is Locke. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Looking to throw. Locke. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So now Drew Locke gives way to Brandon McManus. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a give, right side. Cochran, and that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Kyle Long back from retirement, the guilty party on that one. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
36. Shoot. Hey, hold on.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. They'll roll him out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike's 4-2. Stay with your man.
Murray now. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Check three. Wide, get wide. Watch the safety grip.
Now Murray's got to have this one. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st down, Locke. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Locke's throw there, complete to Hamler. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw. Lock. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Three there. Mike 9. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 2nd down now, it's Cochran. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's get it. 42's the mic, boys. 42's the mic.
Here's Murray back near his goal line. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now Murray off play action. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw is Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Let's go. Mike 42. Mike 42. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Hey. Mike's 42. Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Here's Murray. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Lock. Quick slant to Hamler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll actually throw it with Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Block with a throw, caught by Hamler. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Murray, one final try. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last point of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Broncos, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.